Welcome back, everybody. This is the Johnny-mar, and I am continuing with the arena as Marasar. So we are stuck by this stupid shift gate, which requires me to enter some spell costs in order to activate it, and that is a piracy measure that was released with this game back in the day. So obviously it is very easy for me to access that information, but to kind of play it into my character Marasar, we're going to pretend like he doesn't know the information because he is not a spellcaster, and what he's going to do is actually sleep and have Rhea tell him what the cost of the magic spell is. So we're going to try to rest. The other purpose for that, of course, is to regain our health unless we're attacked by a lot of enemies like stupid rats. Unfortunately, we might get attacked by some humans as well, because the longer you sleep, enemies can actually respawn in this dungeon. Hello, goblins. And sometimes they can be things like spell swords, which are very powerful at this point in the game. But hopefully that is it. Hopefully we can finish resting here. Okay, we are healed. And what time is it? Okay, 7:20 in the morning. That's all right. And then we're going to let Rhea, in storyline, take care of this stupid shift gate. So let's head into the gate and let Rhea take care of the spell of Chin. Or instead of that, let's let her take care of Fireball. So according to Rhea, the spell costs 325 magicka. All right, I made it. I got out of there. We are, I assume, back in Morrowind. Rhea said she was going to take me to the land of my birth, so we are in Mournhold, apparently in Morrowind. Mournhold, for those that have played Morrowind itself, and specifically the Tribunal expansion of that particular game, is going to look a little bit different in this game. All the cities in this game, of course, do not look like their later game counterparts. So if you're wondering where Mournhold is in Morrowind, it is located just to the southeast of Vvardenfell, on the Morrowind mainland. So here we are located, and the red mountain, of course, is Vvardenfell, where the main game takes place in the Morrowind game of this series. So we are going to check out Mournhold in this particular episode. And as a thief, of course, the first thing I want is access to a equipment shop so that I can sell off all of my extra bounty. So I'm going to talk to you, lady. You are that person, and you are a toll collector. Well, I have no interest in talking to you, but can you tell me where an equipment store is? Now, I don't really care which one, so yeah, just tell me where the nearest one is. That would be nice. Once I sell off my stuff, then I can head to the Mages Guild, buy some other stuff, and then I'll head to the inn and rest, because tonight we have some other things to do. So while I walk around here, I want to be casing the joint a bit, checking out these locks on these doors. Most of these locks are going to be pretty tough for me to open, but if I do happen to find one that's pretty easy to open, that'll be good to know for later. Alright, so I need an item shop, and we found one. This is rare merchandise. So now we're going to get to meet one of the greatest characters from this game, and that is the item shop Proprietor, who is one of the most manly men you will ever meet. Because as you will see in a sec, he is standing out in the open without a shirt, just banging away on a sword or a piece of hot metal. So we are going to jam to this wonderful music here in Rare Merchandise and sell off my equipment. Now you can, as you are selling it, counter the offer, and generally if you counter for about 20 to 30% more than what they offer you, they will accept that. So I like to only really do that for items that are worthwhile, which are things worth more than 100 septims. You can decide if you want to do that for every item. But I'm going to sell off stuff, and I will meet you back here once we get to the more expensive stuff. Alright, so I've sold off most of my stuff. All I have left are my enchanted items. And you'll notice these long swords are worth quite a bit. So we're going to try to get 4,200 for these, well, this particular long sword. Now, we could head to the Mages Guild to get it identified, and that would tell us exactly what type of longsword it is, what the enchantment is, but it costs 1/10 of the cost to do that. And since we're not keeping it, there's no reason to do that, because it doesn't increase the value at all for selling it. And wow, this one is worth 7,500 gold for his initial offer. So generally, if you counter again, roughly, 30% higher than what they're asking for, and if you counter consistently at that amount 3 or 4 times, you'll get much closer to it. If you keep doing it, eventually they will say, no, I'm not going to do that, and they won't give it to you. So once you get close, just accept the offer, whatever they give to you. And you can decide if it's worth it to do this for every item that's worth like 3 or 4 gold. I don't find it to be useful unless it's worth quite a bit. Once we sell off all of our stuff, now we need to buy some new equipment. So we need some new weaponry. And here you'll notice these were the 2 enchanted long swords. Steel Sword of Paralysis and a Long Sword of Lifesteal. Those would be nice if we could actually use them. But as a thief, my best weapon is a saber. And then I also want a short bow for situations where I cannot attack an enemy up close. Next, I need a complete set of leather armor. So I will sell off my short sword as well, and then buy a complete set of leather armor, which includes absolutely every single part of my body, and a buckler. So I will go through and buy each of those items, and I'll meet you back here once I have my complete set. So see you in a bit. So I bought all of my armor. So you'll notice my defense rating currently is +5. So by equipping this armor, each leather piece decreases it by a factor of 3. So it'll take me to +2. And remember, lower numbers are better in this particular game. So we're going to put on a piece of equipment on each particular part of my body. Now, I'm not going to have the helm equipped in towns generally, for role-playing purposes, but when we're sneaking around, we'll put the helm on so that people can't recognize us as easily. And we're generally going to be using the saber and buckler, but occasionally we are going to want to use the short bow. So there we go. We are fully decked out in our leather equipment. So thank you, sir. I'll let you attend to your manly business as I attempt to find a mage's guild. So let's save, and then we'll go searching. Alright, so we need to find a mage's guild next. That'll let us buy some potions, which are pretty much essential for any sort of dungeon diving. And then also some accessories as well, like amulets and bracelets, which will continue to augment our defense. So leather is the best equipment we can equip as a thief. And this is a temple, so if we are ever sick or injured, we can come here and get healing. This is currently the Brotherhood of Charity. So let's go talk to the head of the temple and see what he's like. Seems to be having a stroke of some kind, or trying to ward off horrible demons with his fingers. But he can bless us, cure us, or heal us. We are not in need of any of those things. So we're gonna head out. Continue to search for our Mages Guild, because we want as many accessories as we can. I think we can equip up to 4, and then some potions too. Because later tonight, I'm gonna go try to break into some houses and do a little bit of leveling. So let's walk around. If necessary, we can ask some people for help, but we'll see if we can find the Mages Guild on our own by checking out all of these different places. Another item shop, that's nice. Another item shop, geez. Embarrassment of riches. So many item shops. But where's a Mages Guild when you want it? Sometimes you can pick it out by looking at the map. Certain buildings look suspicious, like this building here might be the Mages Guild, but maybe not. We'll see. Alright, so I had to ask around, but I managed to find the Mages Guild. And you'll notice here's where it's located. Not quite where I expected, but not too far away from where I was originally hunting. So we're going to head in and meet the current mage at this particular chapter, the Mournhold chapter of the Mages Guild. Now, we are not a magical creature, so we are not interested in a lot of what the Mages Guild offers. We're not going to be able to learn magic here, for example, which you can learn. You can actually create your own spells from basically scratch. You also can enchant items, particular armor, but we cannot equip the armor that actually can be enchanted, so that is not something that we actually can take advantage of. Now, we can steal an item from the mage, but if we fail, we will get hunted down by guards. So instead, we're just going to buy the Elven Amulet for some extra defense, and then we're also going to buy, I believe they were the Mithril Bracers. Let's see if we can get our mage friend here to come down a little bit. So we got it for 400. And then the Mithril Bracelet is 2,500. So about 1,800 maybe. Should be good. Now ultimately I would have liked to have seen a couple more things. I think it's a ring maybe, or a wristband. There's a few other things you can equip besides an amulet and a bracelet. So, like I said, I think you can have up to 4 particular items equipped. And the last thing we want is some potions of healing, because obviously we cannot heal ourselves otherwise, other than sleeping. We want about 20 of those, and we can get them for about 40 a pop. So if we pay 800, we should be able to get 20 of them for that amount. And we also want 10 potions of cure disease, because certain enemies can actually poison us and inflict us with diseases like rats or wraiths. So we want 10 of those, and again, about 800 should be good. So thank you, Mr. Mage. That was very helpful. Now, we don't have to detect magic. Again, we could have done that with our items, but for us, that is not helpful. So, you'll notice it goes into our inventory. You have to actually equip them to get the benefit from them. And then these potions are consumable items that you have to use through your item option on your main menu, which is in the bottom right corner, second from the right. So now that we've done that, we are pretty much set. We're going to try to find an inn and sleep a bit until tonight, where we're going to go adventuring of a sort. So let's go to an inn nearby, and we don't seem to have one. So let's see if we can find an inn and sleep for a couple hours until tonight. And we'll also see what the locals are like in the inn. All right, so here's a pub, the Haunted Chasm. Most people probably aren't going to want to talk to me. They're going to be too focused on their own drinks. But let's give it a shot. This guy looks nice. Okay. They're going to give us the cold shoulder, apparently. You jerks. All I want to know is some rumors. I get it. You'd like to help me out of the place. Good, good. Nice job. You look like you could use a new drink. But you're not interested in company. That's too bad. I fancy myself a little bit of a ladies' man, but so far, well, hello. That hasn't really panned out. Oh man, shot down again. Well, let's see what the bartender actually has to say, as he's given that cup that he has quite the cleaning. So we're gonna buy a drink, because we haven't really eaten or drank anything for quite a while, the whole time we were in the Imperial Dungeon. I like the use of gin here as a little bit of a pun, instead of G-I-N. orc gut and sulfur water. Let's just go with a lager. That's fine. Now, if you drink a bunch, you can actually pass out and ultimately die. You get a little cutscene if that happens. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to get a single room. The room you get determines how much you heal while staying there. And you can get it for about 9 per night, but we're going to just go with the 10. See if there's any rumors. Bartender's generally not the greatest person to ask about rumors, although sometimes they will give you quests. But this one doesn't seem like he's got any for us. So then to use your room, you can either go to the room, or you can just actually use the camping icon, and that'll send you automatically to the room. And we want to sleep till nightfall, because we want to go adventuring. Specifically, we want to break into some houses and see if we can find some loot. So it's 9 o'clock, time for us to go out. And interestingly enough, this bar actually has an upstairs. So you'll notice there's this green stair over here, green on the map. And I don't want to go up there because chances are he doesn't want us up there and he may call the guards on us. So we're going to head out. Now, nighttime in cities is very dangerous. There are enemies around, monsters. There are people around that can attack you and harm you. And we're looking for a larger building that we can hopefully break into and loot. So you'll notice a few of these larger buildings, but it is going to be dependent on our ability to actually pick the lock. We are not the master of unlocking, so it might be hard to find a door we can actually unlock at this level. So most of the locks are going to say things like you would have a big challenge, or this lock has nothing to fear from you, which is usually a bad sign. You want a lock that says something along the lines of it wouldn't be a challenge or it would be easy. And generally that means we can actually break into it. So this lock is an insult to our abilities. We'll click on the pilfer signal, and we got in. So if you fail, again, the guards will come after you. And the best thing to do oh man, apparently there's lizards in here. The best thing to do in that situation is try to protect yourself with a weapon. No, actually at low levels, if the guards are coming after you, you want to just run out of town. As soon as you leave the town and you come back in, as we level up again, the guards will have forgotten and you can go about your business. So we got the worst level up, only 3 points. That's unfortunate. And apparently I never put my helmet on. And I also did not put on my amulet or my bracelet, I don't think. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's put on stuff. People could have recognized me. Fortunately, no one was around. So notice the bracelet increases our defense by 3 all around, and the amulet by 1. So we are much better off. We're about 8 better than we were when we came into town. So we're going to explore this house and see if there's any gold just lying around. Fortunately, there does seem to be treasure. The owners of this house decided it was a good idea to just, put their money out on the floor. They're kind of unconcerned about people coming in and potentially taking it from them. We've got a nice big kitchen, a couple pots going, cooking something, and this big oven. Hopefully I won't be cooked if they catch me. And oh man, it's a mage. Maybe he's the owner of the house. And he did a lot of damage. And all he has is a staff. So we could rest, but we're going to use a potion of healing for instant healing and see if there's any treasure in this last room with the first floor. It doesn't look like it. So to rest, we want to find an elevated platform, because once we're on that platform, enemies won't necessarily respawn. They still can, but there's a lower chance. So we're going to try to sleep till healed. And you'll notice now it is actually morning, but we're going to continue to explore this house. Now, as you're in the house longer and as you switch floors, enemies will actually respawn, and treasure can actually respawn as well. So you can stay in here indefinitely, By resting for an hour at a time, that'll actually automatically spawn enemies, and thus you can level up. And so, for the most part in this playthrough, for at least Arena, that's how I'm going to level. I'm not so much going to dungeon dive, I'm going to actually break into houses and use that because it makes more sense for my character as a thief. But that is the second floor. So now we want to head up to the top floor, or the third floor, which is guarded by goblins apparently. And much more treasure. And that is it for this house. So what I'm going to do is grab this treasure. I'm going to stay in here until I level up to level 5. And then I will sell off any stuff I find, go back outside, sleep through the night, and then we will attempt to find Fang Lair, which is where Rhea wanted us to go. I suppose we should try to do that. She did help us out. She did allow us to escape the Imperial dungeon. Although that stupid shift gate was dumb, its little password system. But I will see you outside in a bit. Alright, so I am leveled up to level 5. We are ready to move on. So I was in there for about 2 days, roughly. Another 12 hours or so. So we want to find an inn to head to. We also want to sell off all of our crap. So that's what we're going to work on next. Sell stuff and rest. And then once we do that, we will seek to find someone who can direct us towards Fang Lair. Ow. Okay, someone decided to smack us from behind. So I'm going to rest for the night, and I will meet you guys after I've sold off stuff so that we can head out and look for Fang Lair. Alright, so I'm ready to look for Fang Lair. I'm wondering if it's actually going to be here in Morrowind or not, or if it's somewhere else. So let's see. Where is Fang Lair? Hammerfell. Well, that is very far away. That is quite the trip. We're going to have to fast travel there. And by fast travel, thank you, ma'am, I mean ride our horse. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but that's going to be quite the trip. So we're going to get pretty tired. Now our route is probably going to take us through the Imperial Province. We're not actually going to see that because it's actually fast traveling. Hello, father or brother or whoever you are. But to fast travel, we need to head outside. You right-click on your map to bring up the world map. And then you find the location that you want to go to. So you notice we want to go to Hammerfell, and I have no idea where in Hammerfell Fang Lair is. So I guess we're just going to head to someplace and ask around again. So logically, probably the location that is eastmost. That might make the most sense. And we'll probably stop for provisions at some point in the Imperial Province on our 55-day trip. So next time, I will see you in Hammerfell as we continue to search for Fang Lair after our very, very long horse ride. So see y'all then. Thanks for watching. So long.